Sorry for the delay.
Okay. Ow. Smack myself in the finish. Okay. Okay. Get the jitters out. Here we go. About to be another person on the show. And And welcome back, guys. We had a little intermission there. Listen to that new Rex Orange County, the Alexander Technique. And just to remind you, too, if you're just tuning in, we are on KQBHLP in Los Angeles, California on 101.5 FM, a community service of the Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, broadcasting live and streaming on KQBHLP.com. Hey, guys, I'm back. How's it going? PvP, out here again. Another installment of LA Lifestyle. I'm out here with my guy, Sad Planet. His little intermission here. Got it up, but you said after back on the break we were gonna
Yeah, we'll table that discussion.
Yeah, we'll table that. We'll do a little debate right now. I mean, where do you stand with the decisions that are being made in this world? Do you agree with it?
That's a very broad question. Do I agree with the decisions that are being made in this world?
Like just the way countries go about stuff, the way the just leadership around the world. Like there's some, but what would you do if you were to just throw out some curveballs out there? Like, what do you think would be things to fix? Not major like political issues, but just like general issues.
I mean, I think resource conservation would be a big thing. Reducing, I know you brought up the idea of plastic, reducing the amount of plastic consumption.
Yes.
A lot of environmental efforts I support. Humanitarian efforts, overseas. I think everyone should, have rightful access to food,
clean water.
Clean water, 100%, yeah. Clean water, that's
like
that's
I
a big
said,
thing.
I mean, it's a resource of this earth.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think I saw a stat, but I don't even know how true it is. Like, there's not even that much of a percentage of the world that has access to clean drinking water.
Yeah,
which is sad. It's all contaminated. And speaking of like contaminated water, that's what we need to, as in the independent, we can't let the independent and the underground become contaminated by mainstream ideals. And we'll continue on with what we were talking about before, we went to break. What are some things that you hope to see change within our community and our underground that we're all building together? What are some cons? Like, what are things that you just, deter you away from going maybe to an event? Like, where do you think there are certain, like, what are weak points and what are some strong points?
So you're saying weak points and strong points in like the local music scene and
our community. Say more or less like, maybe venues or artist outcome, or you get your hopes up, or like what are some of the things like for me, for instance, what I try to strive on is like more like decent marketing, decent reassurance. I think a big problem is I see a lot of these showcases overpromise,
mm-hmm.
and then don't.
They don't deliver.
They don't deliver.
I mean, having integrity in all things art related, all things business related, integrity is big.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, I guess, if I were to change anything or if I could improve anything, I think self-empowerment in the hands of the artist. In terms of monetization, honestly, like I would just want all of us musicians to, be able to monetize better, to get, more money or derive, respectable income off of our music. And I don't think that's a problem with the community. That's a problem the community faces due to bigger underlying factors.
How can we come together to fight that, you think?
That, that's the age-old question. So how can we come together to monetize better as artists?
Yeah. What's an idea you maybe, shower thoughts or, driving, sitting in traffic thoughts?
I mean, honestly, a lot of things that I've kind of been looking at lately is just monetization of social media. Again, that's not, directly related to the community, but it's something that all communities face. And different music communities that I've been a part of, in different areas, different states, all face the same thing, where it costs a lot to make music. You have to have your computer, you have to have your recording equipment.
Yeah, before you even make a song, it's like when you take your lake to the boat, you're already
Mhm.
like $2,500 into it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you're tired. You don't even want to. You don't even want to write no bars. You don't even want to get in the water, right?
I remember there's a quote by Chance the Rapper where he said, to make money in music, you have to have money to make money, or put in money to make
Well,
money.
you
in
get
music.
scared money don't make money.
Yeah,
That's another
exactly.
one. I mean, it's like anything. I mean, unless like you have like people who are investing in you and not expecting anything back is very rare. You have to invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, the pay to plays they're one thing, but you know, like a lot of people, they're like, "Yo, P, just like spin my stuff." I'm like, that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nothing's free in life. Like how hard I've had to work to get to where I'm sitting right here. None of it was free.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I did, I never had anybody handing me any money to go to any of these events. It was all out of my pocket. I've never been paid to show up at all these events way out wherever I've gone. I've gone to San Luis Obispo. I've gone to San Diego. I've gone to San Bernardino. I've gone to Palm Springs. I've gone to Redlands. I've gone all the way up to Ventura and Santa Barbara. I lost money every time I did that. But you know what it did? It opened a door, and it was an investment I made in myself. Whether I lost money, the return I got was value. I increased my value, and that's fine. That's my own liquid. That's my asset. That's what I bring to the table is my value. So yeah, it's been a big financial investment doing this, but no regrets at all. Because you know what? All that money, what if I didn't change my life like how I opened up to you from a few years ago? That's where all that money would have went.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Like have addictions, but have addictions that are going to actually bring some quality to your life. Working on cars, working on motorcycles, building hobby airplanes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got any hobbies or anything you do outside of music?
Outside of music?
Or anything like that you just do just like, okay, I need a break.
I'm trying to figure that out myself, like learning, okay, well, what do I actually enjoy as a person? Because I'm so invested in music and art. There are other art forms that I partake in that are not completely in the realm of Sad Planet. I do, photography, I do graphic design, things like that. So they all kind of fall under the art, kind of art and mixed media realm. In terms of things that I actually enjoy, I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out myself because, I'll get off, work on my 9 to 5 and I'll be like, okay, I get off work and then I, go do business, which is my music and my platform and studio. But then there are times where I need to decompress even from that. I'm like, what do I actually enjoy? Like, do I just want to sit out by the pool and get a warm towel and put over my head and
Drink
some
a
lemon
beer.
water?
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to figure out what I actually enjoy as a person.
Yeah. Have you ever considered maybe picking up a golf club?
Actually, I have thought about it before. I think that there's money to be made in golf because I think that all the rich financial people, I realize that they all meet and network over golf.
Yes.
I
try to tell everyone that, like, aside from, you artists, when I'm like, for instance, one of my mentors, right? He got into golf, right? Shout out Hollow Visions, my G. I got Viva Mescal into golf. Now, Viva is going out and he's working with Raza Golf, going to these tournaments. And me and Viva, we actually went and played a best ball match together at the Bell Gardens golf course. Me, him, and Gmo, we paired up. We ended up getting third place. Almost got him. Next time, we gotta link up again, boys. And I was like, wow, come a week from now, I'm going to be down at Hello Stranger in Little Tokyo with lighter fluid, and we're all going to be, performing and doing this. Well, we're out here on the golf course right now, talking about, what we got going on, future community events. How can we help this event grow here? Pitching ideas to each other. I've always tried to explain that to all my friends. I'd still be. That's why I asked you. I'm like, pick up a golf club. You know?
Yeah, it's on the list of things I want to do, as well as learning Spanish and learning how to code and everything. Like there's a whole long list of things I want to learn. But golf is on the list for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's I say I'm a patient person, but I don't display it sometimes. But the patience I do have comes from the game of golf. That's why I've learned to slow down, make decisions, be one with nature, read the wind, right? Stuff like that. Know how to ground yourself to a situation. And with, grounding and stuff like that, when you go about what, you do, a couple more questions here before we sign off for the evening. What do you tell yourself to really get after a 9 to 5? Because even for me, like tonight, I got to go home. I got to go through some files and get my social media content ready for the week. But I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow and get ready and go work my normal job.
Rise and grind.
And, I'd say I was a little lazy today, but I was just so beat from my work week. And then yesterday, the heat and being outside and then working on stuff last night, today I was like, I'm just going to wait for the radio today. We'll get that. We'll have a nice, couple hours tonight. Get as much done as possible. And, but I have my breaks. But even then, when I'm on break and all that, I can't. It's like I'm not taking a break, and on top of the family life and stuff like that. How do you motivate yourself to push yourself to keep going?
I mean, I think a lot of it has to come with the music. I mean, probably my faith, in God, that, this is all
nice.
Part of the plan, that whether it's good or bad or mundane.
Big church man?
I mean, growing up, I grew up playing guitar for the Korean church. And so we go on like mission trips out to like the Navajo reservation, and that's where I learned how to play actually learn how to play guitar,
Okay.
So that's always been I relate my music to my faith, where that's my like God given
And you said the Korean church, right?
Yeah, when I was a kid, yeah, because I'm part Korean, so my grandmother is from Korea, and kind of have us in the Korean church. I couldn't really speak Korean. I couldn't speak Korean. I couldn't really speak with them, so I didn't really get a lot of. I think when people explain their experiences with religion, there's a fair amount of judgment or condemnation. Like I can't even understand them, so like it was only you only feel the faith, you only feel the music.
Did your grandma live in Korea before it was North and South Korea?
It was before it became North or South Korea.
Yeah, wasn't it just Korea?
Honestly, I'd have to brush
like
up
the
on
Korean War, right? And then it split, if I understand that correctly. If I got taught right in school.
I'm gonna have to do more research. I have been to the border of in the 7th grade. It's the only time I went to Korea, but I got family out there.
You've been to the South-North Korean border?
Yeah, I've been to the North Korea border.
What was that like?
It was.
If you remember, I mean, come on, you were 12-year-old, but I mean that you remember that.
It was like like Metal Gear Solid or something, where like you have
and they're just looking at you like do something. I need something to do right now. Do something.
That's what I was picturing it was gonna be, but I mean honestly I can't really remember it. I remember it was more like just kind of like an open field. Like I was expecting it to be like the security guards, like do something, patrolling. But it wasn't really like, it was just like an open field, and I think
like there's a fence and that's it.
Yeah, like there was like a fence and a field, and like you just don't cross the fence, don't cross the field, or
you learn the highway.
Yeah, scientific method.
If you don't mess around, you won't find out.
Yeah. So I think that kind of helped shape my musical ability. Also, I did play piano for a Hispanic church. They had hired me last year.
Oh, nice.
Actually, out in South Dakota, I was playing piano for a Hispanic church out there.
You go see our boys out Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, there's a lot I can say about Mount Rushmore, but
another time.
Yeah, it's another time. I don't support Mount Rushmore. It was the 6 grandfathers. It's native Sioux.
The Sioux, right?
Sioux, yeah. So it was their rock, the Lakota Sioux. It was their sacred rock, but when General Custer came and found gold in South Dakota, and you have the Trail of Tears and everything. They exiled
Yeah.
all the native people out of their land, stole their land, and carved their
Uh-huh.
president's faces in their sacred rock. It's my soapbox speech. There's a lot I could say about that, but got to use this.
I like that you're woke, man, because most people just, like, see, I get what you're saying when I ask, humanitarian and stuff like that. And it really, guys, if you haven't checked out his music, before we sign out, we'll have you. It's Sad Planet on Spotify, but where can everyone find you, social media, and all that, all the handles and whatnot?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I'm Sad Planet on Spotify, Apple Music, all the platforms. Sad Planet Forever on Instagram. I think that's kind of where I post a lot of my content. Trying to get more active on TikTok. I have this thing. It's planet.exe.music. Planet EXE is something that is kind of like a offshoot of Sad Planet that I'm kind of pioneering. But yeah, it's just Sad Planet on Spotify, Sad Planet Forever on Instagram.
Definitely, yeah. No, I definitely have an alter ego that I've been working on. I kind of debuted it a little bit.
Yeah, the Joe Dirt.
L.A. Joe
LA
Dirt.
Joe Dirt. Yeah, I remember that.
And that's something. That's a whole thing. I don't know. It's like I'm able to like get some stuff off the chest. I don't know. It's just something I'm working towards. Like Eminem is Eminem, and then he has his alter ego Slim Shady.
Yep.
So I'm kind of like. My buddy was like, "How are you gonna explain that to people?" And I said, "I'm just a redneck from Mendo that got lost in L.A. and became a rapper." L.A. Joe Dirt. So just me and Sabi cooked it up one night, and I mean the rest is history, dude. Just these things happen so organically. I don't force anything anymore like I was trying to do. Like I just check my phone in the morning. I'm like, oh, cool, like nice new opportunity, right? I don't even think about it because I swear, all my life, anything I've done, whether it be hustling, making music, making decisions I've made, every time constantly, it never happens. And then lately, this last year, about this whole brand I've built has tripled in less than a year than what I did in 3 years with the other brand. So for me, I'm like, that one I was forcing, this, that, but this one just came with the outer effect of that. But last question, we got a minute here. What's a piece of advice you could give out to the music community?
A piece of advice that I can give out to the music community, I would say, find someone that could help you produce, your music, and find a sound that's going to work for you. Music is a means of self-expression, so your life is unique to you. You are an individual that is, different than others, so your music should reflect that. So find a way to tell your story, to be authentic, and find your own sound. Have someone, produce it. If you can learn how to produce it, find someone to mix and master, and really just, really build a community off of trust and integrity. And
big one right there. You just heard that. Trust. Make sure you can trust the people you're working with. I hope I make everyone feel that way. I definitely feel the impact I leave on people during my events. But guys, we are going to have to wrap it up. Sad Planet, man, thank you for coming out tonight. It was quite an honor to have you on. Like I say, you're an amazingly talented individual, man. Keep progressing. Keep shredding that guitar the way you do, Guys, if you haven't checked him out, we'll have him at future showcases. He plays with Full Life events. He plays with the Underground Live, Ill Product. He's going to be at a lot of different showcases. Make sure you check him out when you see him pop up. Very talented. And guys, once again, this is LA Lifestyle on KQBHLP in Los Angeles, California, on 101.5 FM, a community service of the Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on KQBHLA.com. And until next time, my friends, I'm going to continue on with the Alexander Technique, his new album that just came out. Enjoy, everybody. You matter.